The Court Jester is a movie from 1955 starring Danny Kaye. It's set in a quasi-medieval past where clowns and jugglers were the popular entertainments. Danny played the part of a clown, an errand boy for a traveling medicine show, and although he used to be what they called a hoofer and was probably a pretty competent juggler, the primary purpose of this particular medicine show was to sell an elixir, a product that cost no money to make and whose only value was imaginary. That's why they called it magic.
Repeat after me. I am Craven and thou art my master.
I am Craven and thou art my master.
Because its curative powers were mysterious.
Who, he?
Most of the ills it supposedly cured were sexual, and once his boss had pitched the product to an audience, Danny's job was to sit behind a folding table stacked with small brown bottles, and when a woman steps up to the table and begins examining the hand-printed label, reading the ingredients,
And back like that.
this is the moment when Danny is presented with a chance to be good. Essentially, he is good. And when the woman asks if the poison really works,
My husband is sick.
if it actually cures headaches and hair loss and constipation, the truthful answer, aside from any placebo effect, is no. But Danny is supposed to say yes. His job is to allay the customer's fears, to coax or cajole or give the woman certainty, playing the part of a salesman, selling the drug as a wonder drug, but the woman didn't want a salesman. She wanted an honest answer.
Forlorn, my friends, I'm fighting with the dragon.
And so, even as the lie rises up to the back of his throat,
He?
passing across his vocal cords and over his tongue,
Come on!
We need to be sick.
although he's saying the word yes to the woman, he very deliberately moves his head back and forth, shaking his head as a way to negate the yes or qualify the yes. And it's funny when confusion happens to someone else. The woman asks him again, is this stuff any good? And although part of him, his mouth, lies to her, another part, his body, attempts to communicate something true to himself and the woman. And because ambivalence doesn't sell elixir, when his boss sees what he's doing, Danny is fired. Cut.
Oh, there's